Hey, what's up? I'm David Power, and this is a video microphone shootout. Giddy up! If you've been making videos or even thinking about making videos for longer than a few hours, you already know how important audio is. But capturing good, clean audio is highly dependent on the microphone you use. In this demonstration, we're going to compare 5 different microphones, recording exactly the same performance in exactly the same room at exactly the same time, so you can hear the differences between them. Exactly. Here are today's contenders. First up is the Rode Lavalier Mic. This is a condenser microphone that clips to a shirt, blouse, jacket, or tie. This is the mic you're hearing my voice through right now, and as you can see, it's clipped to the collar of my shirt, so it's sitting somewhere between 4 and 6 inches from my mouth. Lavaliers are great for live-action videos because they're small and easy to hide. They're also a good choice if you need to move around a lot. Because they're attached to your body, they move with you. And it's worth noting, in this demonstration, I have this mic hardwired to my audio recorder, so it's not using any kind of wireless transmitter. Next up is the Rode NTG3. This is what's known as a shotgun condenser microphone. Shotgun mics are often used on movie sets, on the ends of boom poles. On outdoor sets, they're typically covered in a furry windscreen like the one in this photo. Because they have a longer reach than most condenser microphones, it's possible to hold them further away from the actor and still capture a good, strong signal. You can't see it at the moment, but right now my NTG3 is on a boom stand mounted above my head, so it's about a foot away from my mouth. Okay, next up is the Shure SMZB. This is a heavy-duty, broadcast-style dynamic microphone. In comparison to condenser microphones, dynamic mics are less sensitive, so they pick up a lot less of the noises you don't want to hear. Things like computer fans, key presses, mouse clicks, air conditioning, things like that. On the flip side, and this is especially true of the SM7B, dynamic mics typically need more powerful preamplifiers to produce a good, strong signal, and quiet, powerful preamps tend to be on the expensive side. I wouldn't typically use this type of mic in a live-action video situation, because to be effective, it needs to be within 4 to 6 inches of your mouth. And a large mic on a stand with a pop filter can be distracting to your viewers in a live-action situation. This type of mic is much better suited to voiceover purposes for online course content, tutorials, podcasting, etc. Any situation where you're not performing on camera. So the optimal working distance for a microphone like this is somewhere between 4 to 6 inches from your mouth, much like I have this one set up. One really important note is that anytime you're working with a microphone at this distance, always use a nylon mesh pop filter like the one I'm using right here, and I'll explain why. If you don't use a pop filter, you end up recording what are known as plosives. Plosives are loud bursts of air your mouth makes when you pronounce words containing P, B, and sometimes T. As an example, here's how plosives sound without a pop filter.
Peter prefers peppers on pizza. Peter prefers peppers on pizza. And now exactly the same distance with a pop filter. Peter prefers peppers on pizza. Peter prefers peppers on pizza.
The difference isn't subtle. Pop filters are inexpensive, and I recommend you always use one anytime your microphone is at close range. Next up is the Neumann TLM102. This is a large diaphragm studio condenser. The TLM102 is similar in many ways to microphones such as the Blue Yeti or the Blue Snowball, which you might be familiar with. Like the SM7B we just discussed, I wouldn't typically use this microphone in a live-action video because it needs to be close to your mouth. In the demonstration that follows, I have the TLM102 on my desk about 2.5 feet away, so the results are not going to be ideal. The reason I'm doing this is to let you hear how even an expensive condenser mic sounds when it's not used properly. A lot of novice video creators are using condenser microphones like the Blue Yeti or the Blue Snowball at distances of several feet, and then they're not pleased with the results. Now, to be clear, the Yeti and the Snowball are not bad microphones. It's just that when they're not used properly, the results aren't great. The final mic in the shootout is the microphone built into the Logitech C920 Webcam. Informally, I'll refer to this as the built-in condenser type. If you've read any of my books or blog posts, you'll know I'm not a big fan of microphones that are built into cameras. They're generally added as an afterthought, so they're not fantastic microphones, and they're usually too far from your mouth to capture high-quality audio. At the moment, my webcam is about 3.5 feet away. Webcam microphones are fine for casual Skype conversations with friends and family, but for the types of videos we'll make for business purposes, there are much better options available. So in a moment, you're going to hear me rap. And as I rapped, I recorded the performance simultaneously on each of the 5 microphones we just discussed. 4 of these microphones were recorded on my Tascam DR70D digital recorder, and the webcam was recorded directly into my PC. I mention this because with the exception of the webcam, which I don't consider to be a real contender in this race, any differences you hear between these clips will be due solely to the microphones themselves, and not to other factors such as the performance or differences in the preamp or recorder. Okay, so as I play these clips, I'm going to display both the name and image of the microphone you're hearing, so you'll know which mic is which. Here we go. Microphone check 1, 2, what is this? The 5-foot assassin with the roughneck business. I float like gravity, never had a cavity. Got more rhymes than the whining's got family. Microphone check 1, 2, what is this? The 5-foot assassin with the roughneck business. I float like gravity, never had a cavity. Got more rhymes than the whining's got family. Microphone check 1, 2, what is this? The 5-foot assassin with the roughneck business. I float like gravity, never had a cavity. Got more rhymes than the whining's got family. Microphone check 1, 2, what is this? The 5-foot assassin with the roughneck business. I float like gravity, never had a cavity. Got more rhymes than the whining's got family. Microphone check 1, 2, what is this? The 5-foot assassin with the roughneck business. I float like gravity, never had a cavity. Got more rhymes than the whining's got family. I realize some of you will never think of me the same way again after hearing that, but what are you going to do? At any rate, what conclusions can we draw from this shootout? First of all, I hope it's clear that you can capture really great sounding audio using several different types of microphones. I think you'll agree the Rode Lav Mic, the Shure SM7B, and the Rode NTG3 all sounded clear and professional. They each sounded quite different from one another, but they were all acceptable. Second, using an expensive microphone like the TLM102 at the wrong distance doesn't produce great results. Every microphone has an ideal working distance, and once you exceed that distance, your audio is going to suffer. Third, built-in microphones are not ideal tools for the types of videos we entrepreneurs typically make. Again, microphones built into cameras are fine for casual purposes, but they really don't cut it for business purposes. Now listen, I want to acknowledge that I'm using some fairly expensive microphones in a room that's been professionally acoustically treated. I'm not suggesting for a moment you should go out and spend thousands of dollars on microphones and acoustic paneling. In fact, I think that would be an absolutely terrible idea. I just happen to use the mics and the room I have available. You should do the same. You can find perfectly good budget versions of the mics I've used in this demonstration. And I think you'll find that you'll produce far better results using a cheap microphone properly than you will using an expensive microphone improperly, as you just witnessed with the TLM102. That's it for today's shootout. What are your thoughts? Did you have a favorite mic? Which was your least favorite? Share your thoughts in the comments section below this video. Thanks for watching. Once again, I'm David Power, and I'll see you again soon.
Yo, microphone check 1, 2, what is this? The 5-foot assassin with the roughneck business. I float